And so I proposed something. I actually did it by email because you can actually email NFL grounds crews at the NFL headquarters, the head of them. If you want to go ahead and look it up, you can email them. And I emailed, why don't we increase the amount of padding on top of the cement to make the simulated grassy turf actually play like grass because then it'll be softer. Because what they're only using like 2 inches of padding underneath it.
Hmm.
Why don't they increase that to like 4 inches and make it feel more like grass? He goes, we'll have to take that into consideration.
So to add on to your point, you have stadiums that use turf. There's not much room
Yeah.
between the top, the base, and then
Man,
below
hold
that
on.
is basic.
Do you have two mics on?
That's
Yeah,
what I was
you're
wondering.
echoing too.
No,
Yeah, I
Because
don't.
you're echoing real bad. Someone has it on.
I don't know.
Hi,
But
Mohit Baba.
yeah, basically, it's gotten to a point where you have the top, which is the turf, then you have the just the rubber or 2 inches or whatever's underneath it. Then you have the cement,
Right.
which is basically the bottom. And there are 15 NFL stadiums that still use natural grass. Quite frankly, I didn't think it was that high. And recently I saw somewhere on I think on the Dan Patrick show or some it was an attorney from the NFL who argued in favor of turf, saying that there is no difference in the rate of non-contact injuries on fields with turf compared to natural grass. However, JC Treader, he was just elected the executive director of the NFLPA a couple months ago. I remember back in 2020, he wrote an article pushing for stadiums to use natural grass. And his argument was not really the disparity in the percentage of non contact injuries on turf compared to natural grass, but instead, one of the core parts of his argument was that with all of the quick movement, the rotations, and the force that the players are putting on their knees when they make a spin, run, jump, sometimes slide or dive or whatever. With all that, it may it makes it more difficult for them to absorb that force on their knees, which can in turn lead to injuries like tears, hyperextensions, etc. My opinion on how the NFL should handle it, it's definitely going to be a hot topic whenever the new CBA negotiations start after this one ends in 2030. But a lot of the owners are against the concept of natural grass, primarily, first off, because of cost. And second, nearly all of these stadiums, especially the newer ones that are being built, are multi purpose stadiums. So they're used year round, not just for football, but for concerts, conventions, etc. So realistically, what the league should do, just for a compromise, you do a season long test run. Every game in every stadium can have natural grass. And quite frankly, I don't see why not. Like, what's the harm in doing it? All these guys are billionaires. They can afford to pay for natural grass in their stadiums. And with that,
$50,000 thousand
let's prove
dollars
that
per
rate. You
square
can
foot.
track the non contact and lower body injury data, get feedback from the players, and reconsider from there.
Doesn't it cost about $250,000 for like half a field?
I'm trying to see if it tells. Let's see.
There's enough natural light coming into Ford Field because they have actual glass windows at the end of each one, and they made it to be translucent so the sun would actually heat the inside to keep the heating costs down. So
I'm trying to look to see if it says anything here. Article I had. Mm. Many around the NFL world have advocated for the move from turf to grass despite the price uptick. Players have stated they are worth the cost, as seen in hashtag worth the cost hashtag used on social media by many NFL athletes who are required to play on a natural playing field. Artificial turf has been seen as a common factor in many devastating injuries that have occurred recently in the NFL, and players want the same luxury soccer best got at this summer's tournament. Let's see. And the 2026 World Cup, which required each of the 11 stadiums in the U.S. to use natural grass instead of turf, only heightened some of the players' desire to play on the same grounds as soccer royalty.
Shouldn't the biggest thing be, because it was all grass, that there was no ACL tears throughout the whole tournament?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned that.
I know you.
They use
I know
grass.
Injuries. I know you mentioned injuries, Jeremy, when I walked in.
I started with the fact that there was no major injuries except to the players that were on the older side in FIFA. There wasn't any of the non-contact stuff, ACLs, Achilles tears, stuff like that. It was a calf strain or something similar to that. There was some soft tissue stuff, but not the major stuff.
So,
and of course, dehydration, everybody cramps. So I don't take that as an injury.
So in regard to what the Arizona Cardinals do, I understand that they have a rollout of a natural grass field right outside the stadium, and I guess they take care of it year round. And when right before games, they roll it in.
Mm-hmm.
I think for that to be a feasible option, it would have to depend on how well it's conditioned. Like if you do a good job conditioning it, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I don't see why every team in the NFL couldn't do this.
You talking about Lake Arizona?
Yeah, you have a natural grass rollout, and you roll it in.
I mentioned Arizona right off the rip because their grass turf, the way they do it, because it's such a dry heat there, I don't think they water it enough, because you can actually watch it start to tear apart by the second quarter. I mentioned that particular because they've dealt with a lot of ACLs, UCLs from guys going down in non-contact injuries. So I'm on the fence on the way they do it. Yeah.
They have an underground water system outside whenever they pull it out.
Yes.
And what the fuck? I'm just getting double feedback on myself, and I don't know why.
I mean, I can tell you that the average high-quality natural grass field costs around $400,000 to $570,000 to build. In addition to the rough six-figure amount, $13,000 to $30,000 needs to be dedicated to maintenance costs as well. Now, I haven't found where it said how much it is for turf.
It's $500,000 to $1 million a year, Candy.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes underground hydronic heating systems, advanced grow lights, vacuum drainage, and complete field resodding multiple times per year. That's professional. High school and collegiate fields are $30,000 to $65,000 a year, and community youth fields are $15,000 to $30,000 a year.
And those are all outside. Those are all exposed to the elements, and they are all irrigated to be kept to the right moisture levels for the grass to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you're talking about it being in an indoor stadium, the problem is if they just roll the sod in and they don't put the layer of soil to pad it, and I think that's what's going on in Arizona. They don't have enough soil on top of the cement because they do other events in their stadium too. And I think that's the main problem why theirs tears up. And if you remember, up until 2 years ago,
they don't roll that field in, Jeremy, whenever there's a concert and stuff.
They take it outside. I know. I said when they roll it in, I don't think they're putting enough soil on the cement for it to be able to withstand the wear and tear of people running on it, is what I'm saying. I think they're just rolling it out as the sod is the problem. And not putting soil over the cement to pad it. That's what I'm talking about. Because that's the difference between the grass that's outside and the grass that's over cement inside somewhere. It makes it no different than natural turf. The padding of the natural earth is what makes the difference.
Yeah, like that's why.
I hope that makes sense how I'm wording it.
Yeah, it does. I think obviously with natural grass, you mentioned, you're going to have more padding when you fall. So again, quite frankly, it's only $250,000. These owners are billionaires. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to pay for it.
It says for Arizona, it says the natural grass is grown outdoors in the Arizona sun on a massive 40-inch deep tray. Because I know I've actually been out there and I actually toured the stadium, but it doesn't show you how deep, like how much soil is underneath.
Right. That's my thing. I want to know how much soil they're using underneath.
It takes about an
okay,
hour
Samir,
in or out.
If that doesn't work, and Patty says, yes, I've seen it in person. And now I'm getting echo from everybody. Are you on your actual speakers?
Yeah.
Adam? Instead of your earbuds?
No, well, I'm on this.
I just don't know what's going on.
Check.
Hello?
Yeah, you're not echoing anymore, Samir.
All right, that's good.
So is it me?
I think so.
Okay.
Because we weren't having, Patty, I've seen it in person too. I was out there. I actually did the tour of the Cardinals facility and how they roll the grass out. Because when we were there, they were actually prepping for a monster truck rally. Not that we were going to the monster truck rally, but
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying that's not why we were there. So we actually went to, I'm trying to think, we toured the facility and then we ended up going, believe it or not, to a Coyotes game. Yeah. So, but there are, I was kind of, Samir, to your point, I was surprised too that it's 15 and 15. As far as NFL stadiums that have grass and 15 that have turf. Let's see the full list.
Did I fix it? No.
Let's see.
Well, he left and came back and it fixed his. Do you want to try that, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to log out and log back in.
Okay.
Because now, yeah, as soon as, still getting an echo. I wonder if mine isn't.
Yeah, I'm not echoing anymore, so.
Yeah, mine's going to the headphone.
Mine isn't.
Let's see. Is that better? No. Where am I getting this echo from? I'm going to go off camera and see if it... There. See, it doesn't come up on my side for the echo. Because it shows the rings around it. On my logo.
Right. It shows my rings too when I talk.
And you're not echoing. But now I am, and I don't get this.
I don't know either.
Check. No.
I just checked my sound settings and my echo cancellation's on.
I don't have any other speakers.
Yeah, I don't either. So
How's that? Nope. Still got an echo.
Does anyone have YouTube up playing in the background?
No.
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 Check. Okay, it's gonna have to be like we're singing the national anthem and just put up with it.
Yep. It'll be
That
what it'll
sucks.
be.
Sorry,
then.
guys. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, it's strange.
And now you're not echoing at all. And the rest of us are. Weird.
Don't know.
Weird.
Don't. Okay, so let's go.
Did that help me? Nope.
No. One is different from the others.
I think if anyone hasn't tried it yet, they could turn down the volume on their headphones a little bit. If you're using headphones, try turning down the volume.
Thank you, Yinzer. We're aware of it.
Headphones shouldn't cause an echo.
I've never had an echo before. I mean, I did, but it was with my old mic.
Check.
Oh, we're echoing, guys.
That's weird. I don't know why.
Hey, I'm not echoing now.
So it's me.
I don't hear any echo now. Oh yeah, you are. Now it comes back. That's weird because it wasn't doing it just a second ago.
Check. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you.
I think it's gone. No.
No.
Yeah, it's still kind of there.
Hello, Yinzer.
Eddie, we're trying to figure out why we're echoing. We don't understand.
Yeah,
We're trying to
I'm
figure it out.
totally confused
So mine.
because I just did a show this morning and I didn't echo.
And I didn't echo, and I did a show right before this.
Yeah, normally I don't echo. Well, I'm not echoing now, so.
Okay, well let's go back to the discussion. So stadiums that have, stadiums that don't. Arizona Cardinals, grass. Falcons, turf. Ravens, grass. Bills, turf. Panthers, turf. Bears, grass. Bengals, turf. Browns, grass. Cowboys, turf. Broncos, grass. Lions, turf. Packers, grass. Texans, turf. Colts, turf. Jaguars, grass. Chiefs, grass. Raiders, grass. Chargers, turf. Rams, turf. Dolphins, grass. Vikings, turf. Patriots, turf. Saints, turf. Giants, turf. Jets, turf. Eagles, grass. Steelers, grass. 49ers, grass. Seahawks, turf. Buccaneers, grass. Titans, turf. And Commanders, grass. So it's 15 and 15, believe it or not. So
Yeah.
Like you said, Samir, I was really surprised that it was 15 and 15.
Yeah, but I think I would expect that number to go down, as in there would be less stadiums using natural grass, especially. I think the Bills' new stadium, since it's open air, it still uses natural grass, so I might have to check that. But The Chiefs are building an indoor stadium, which is going to open in, I think, 2030 or 31. And then they're saying the Broncos might get a new stadium, which is also proposed to be indoors. So I would assume that's going to be turf as well. So then it would be a 17-13 split. That's why.
By the way, the Browns are switching to turf
Oh, the Browns,
when they
yeah,
get
so
their
it's gonna
new
be another
stadium.
one. So that'll be 18
They're
stadiums
going
that
indoors.
use turf.
Well, and according to the NFLPA, 28% higher rate of non-contact lower extremity injuries when playing on turf. Of those injuries, players have a 69% higher rate of non-contact foot, ankle injuries on turf.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, again, that's why I'm just like, it goes back to what would it hurt to just do one test run, all 30 stadiums, play natural grass, and see what happens.
Good to see you there, Zach.
thanks, Eddie. We're trying to figure it out. Everyone's trying to figure out why we're having the echoing problem. We haven't had this problem before on the show, I don't think. So we're trying to figure it out. We're sorry if there's any technical sound issues.
Now, the Commander Stadium, I'm surprised. Well, I knew they used natural grass, but I think one argument the NFL could make against it, along with the owners, is that you've seen so many non-contact lower body injuries there in that stadium that it could be used as an example of, hey, you play on a natural grass stadium and you're having all these injuries on that stadium. See, maybe it doesn't make as much of an impact as you think. That kind of deal.
So the open air stadiums that have it are Highmark Stadium, Gillette Stadium, and of course MetLife. The retractable roof ones are AT&T, Mercedes-Benz, and Lucas Oil. Oh, and the Bengals for Paycor.
Any other?
That is weird, Johnny. Right? Why is there?
But I'll tell you what. Since MetLife Stadium has been built, they have had the most ACL injuries of any team.
Oh, easily.
And that's whether it's the home teams or the visiting teams with those injuries. Since it opened, it's up to the count of 54.
Mm-hmm. See, like, how come that hasn't been addressed? Like, that stadium's been open for a while now.
It was 45 2 years ago, so it did go way down because they fixed the drainage issue.
But, I mean, still 9 in 2 years is a lot for one stadium, even with the fact that two teams play there.
That's why it's so many, because you're not talking about just the home teams. You're talking about the away teams that get hurt there, too.
Yeah, so, yeah.
When talking sports, we don't see color there, Jared Scott.
Nope. Okay, guys. I know we didn't have any show last week, but the week before that, we decided, because we've been doing a series where we are doing the top 5 greatest of a position, then top 3 for your team. And 2 weeks ago, we decided, well, we were debating. So we ended up, we're going to do kickers. So who is on your all-time top 5 kickers?
So I guess I'll go first. My top 5 all-time kickers, I have to go Adam Vinatieri at 1. He's kicked, I think, 3 game-winning field goals in the Super Bowl, I think, with the Patriots, and then he won another one with the Colts. Number 2 is Justin Tucker, even though it didn't end. Yeah, Justin Tucker, even with how it ended in Baltimore, Adam Vinatieri, and then Morton Anderson. And I have Luke Groza. And then I've got to go with Steven Gostkowski with the Patriots for a while. Now, my top 3 Atlanta Falcons kickers of all time, even though it didn't end well in Atlanta for years, he was absolute money. I got to put Younghoe Koo at number 3. Number 2, I've got to put Morton Anderson. And number 1, I've got to put Matt Money Bryant. He was absolutely clutch. Like whenever you needed it, we needed a field goal at the end of the game to win. He was absolute money.
So I did mine based not only off of percentage, I did it off of the points they scored in their career and how long they played. My top 5, I'm going to start with 5, is Jason Hanson, who once was the record holder in the NFL for most points scored in 21 seasons played and 82.4% field goal made. Next was Gary Anderson, who broke his record, and he played 23 seasons. Then his brother Morton Anderson broke it by playing 25 seasons. Then it's Justin Tucker, and number 1 is Adam Vinatieri. And for the Lions, of course, Jason Hanson's my number 1. Number 2 is Eddie Murray because he played just as long, but just like Jason Hanson, he missed a key field goal that cost us a playoff game in the 80s. And I'm going to go with our current kicker right now, Jake Bates, as our third. I would put Prater in there, but Prater kind of threw Detroit under the bus when he left. So he kind of doesn't rank that high with me.
Okay, Adam.
I definitely have Justin Tucker on there. Morton Anderson, Gary Anderson. I always like Sebastian Janikowski. and then Vinatieri. And I'm going with the current kicker of the Steelers right now,
Boswell, yeah.
And then obviously Gary Anderson. And I'm going to go with the reason why I'm in this house, Jeff Reed.
I feel like there's a backstory behind that.
Oh yeah. Oh, do you want the backstory?
Oh, I mean, it's up to you.
I can tell you the backstage.
So Eddie thinks everyone's going to have the same number 1. I mean, Adam Vinatieri, obviously he scored 2,535 points. His career success rate was 84.3% for field goals and 98.2% for points after. George Blanda, 2,002 points. His field goal percentage was only 52.4 and points after 98.3. Morton Anderson, 2,544 career points. Field goal percentage 79.6. Points after 98.8. Luke Groza, 1,608 points, 54.9% field goal, and 97.2 points after. One that I would add in my top 5 would be Jan Stenerud.
Martin dramatic.
And he has 1,699 points.
He was good
at the time when he retired, he was only behind George Blanda at the time. So, now if we're gonna
No Dan Bailey for Dallas. No Dan Bailey for Dallas. Nope.
If we're gonna go with my top 3 for the Packers, without question, I got to put Mason Crosby out there because he's the points leader in Green Bay history. So I've got to put him up there.
I thought he was the only kid you guys had.
Yeah. We've had some other ones. Chris Jackie. He spent 8 seasons. He actually sits third all time in the scoring list. I would put Jan Stenerud. You could put Ryan Longwell. He's got 1,054 points. And you could also put Chester Marcole. He obviously caught his own blocked field goal and ran it in for a game-winning touchdown back against the Bears back in 1980. So, no Martin Gramatica. Yeah. When I looked up the top 10, Martin Gramatica is not even on there. It's Matt Stover, Jason Elam, Jason Hansen, Gary Anderson, Steven Gostkowski, Jan Stenerud, Adam Vinatieri, George Blanda, Morton Anderson, and Luke Rosa is how the Hall of Fame has top 10 kickers listed. So, I guess it just depends on how you're doing it. Is it at best kickers of all time? Is it, because according to Fox Sports, it would be Adam Vinatieri at 1, Morton Anderson at 2, Justin Tucker at 3, Luke Rosa at 4, Steven Gostkowski at 5, George Blanda at 6, Jan Stenerud at 7, Gary Anderson at 8, Jason Elam at 9, and Jason Hansen at 10. Honorable mention is Matt Stover, Matt Prater, Robbie Gold, and Mark Mosley.
My boy Martin got robbed.
Yeah, well, I don't see. I mean, how many points did Martin score? Do we know? Let's see. Martin Gramatica. He scored, tell me. Nope, I don't want that. Says attempt. He made 155 field goals. Longest field goal is 55. Extra points made 230. Oh, attempted 228 points made. I didn't know that. Gramatica is currently the head coach of the Tampa Bay Strikers in the National Indoor Soccer League.
Martin Gramatica doesn't even make the top 20 in points scored. I just looked it up. Number 1 is Adam Vinatieri, 2 Morton Anderson, Gary Anderson, Jason Hansen, John Carney, Matt Stover, and George Blanda. Those 7 are the only ones with more than 2,000 points. Then you got Elam, Gostkowski, Akers, Dawson, Johnson, Nick Lowry, Jim Turner, Justin Tucker, Ryan Longwell, Rob Baronis, Mason Crosby, Sebastian Janikowski, and Mike Vanderjagt. In order.
Okay. Next week, let's do.
Can't believe.
No, we went for special teams. Should we
do
another special team since we've done 2 offense and we've done 2 defense?
I think that would be hard though. Do special teams
because then the only thing we could do is either punters or returners.
I think we could do. I think that would be a little harder though. I think we could do either wide receivers or corners if you guys wanted to, or what?
Let's do wide receivers next week.
Have we done quarterbacks yet?
No, we have not. We'll probably save that for the last week.
Yeah. I think wide receivers.
Oh, who was that? Who was that kicker for the Colts?
I know it started with the V. I forgot.
Was that Vanderjagt?
It might have been
Mike Vanderjagt. Yeah.
He's number 20 all time. 1,113 points.
Didn't Manning call him out at the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I think
Yes, he
so.
did. Because he was like shanking the easy kicks.
Like I think he missed a field goal or game-winning field goal in the playoffs or something like
Yeah,
that.
he missed it against the
And
Steelers
we called him out. Yeah.
But that was the
because
year
of
you
a
guys won
shoelace
it versus.
tackle.
Was that the year you guys went up against the Cowboys?
No, that was the year we beat the Seahawks in Detroit.
Oh.
That was the year. That was the year the only team beat 3 road wins to go to the Super Bowl.
So next week, wide receivers. Let's do that. What is happening in MLB, guys?
Trump got his ring today from the Dodgers, I think,
Okay.
or the trophy was at the White House.
About the Red Sox, they went on a 15-game winning streak. They were going to sell at the deadline, and then now they're right back in it. So I mean, I was kind of bummed because I was hoping the Braves would have a chance at getting Sonny Gray. Who knows we need starting pitching.
Not no more.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of starting pitchers getting traded. I think it's just a matter of how the deadline shakes out. We still have what?
2 weeks, 8 days, 8
8
days.
Yeah. So I think we'll have more clarity in maybe the day before.
6 p.m. on Wednesday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So do we think that Skubal, I know he said he wants to remain a Tiger for the rest of the year. Do we think he will be?
Well, look, if he has no plans on signing there, then they need to go ahead and trade him. I think it's as simple as that. Because you can't make the same mistake the Dodgers made with Shohei Ohtani, where
the Angels.
I mean the Angels, where instead of trading him and getting,
Something.
Shohei Ohtani. So you could imagine what the prospects they would have gotten for him if they had traded him, because whatever team that trades for him was going to have to sign him, or hypothetically.
That's the thing, and it's the same with what's going on with Skubal. Because it was the last year of their contract, trading them means you have to get the right return on investment.
Right return.
And right now, because of the looming lockout, people are not offering what the Tigers want. That's why he hasn't been traded. Somebody said, Skubal came out and said these are his trade destinations, and I researched it. He has not said that. All he said is all we got to do is keep winning.
Definitely.
And yes, last night's game versus the Cubs, while it wasn't an American League team, it wasn't in the division, for them to hit 500 by the end of this month, it was a must-win game.
Yeah. But now my thing is, if you're the Tigers and you reach 500, you're back in the race, you have to try and sign him before the season ends. That's personally my opinion. Is it that the Tigers don't want to sign him, or he doesn't want to be there, or what is it?
No, they don't want to sign him to a 8 or 10 year deal, because he's already 5 years into his career and he's already had a few injuries. They want to do 3 to 5 years, and that makes sense. But at the same time, he wants to make the most that any pitcher makes per year. And I get that, but with the injuries, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think a part of the new CBA, which I think Major League Baseball proposed, was that for veterans that are either 30 or over of a certain amount of time, they couldn't get more than, I think it was 5 or 6 years for a certain amount.
It was 5.
Yeah, 5.
Especially if they are a max, not to use basketball terms, but a max contract type of guy.
For sure.
But if it's like their second contract and they're not 5 years in and you're trying to extend them early, you can do up to, I think it was 8 years total. They don't want any more of those 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think they don't want any more like the mega deals the Mets or the Dodgers are giving out.
Right. And they're trying to put in the CBA no deferred payments anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with that. That shouldn't be a thing at all.
I understand if you're restructuring to clear cap and you're adding void years, which is it's a little bit different than deferring like 95% of a salary.
Mhm.
Yeah, you wake up.
I'm here. I'm here.
So you got we all did our kickers. So what major league updates do you want to talk about, Candy?
How about my Brewers? Have one of the best records. They're teetering between them and the Dodgers for the best record in baseball right now. Dodgers have one more win right now, so they're a half game behind them. But on what is one of the lowest payrolls, and here they are.
Still think the Brewers end up with Skubal.
You think they do?
Jeremy's
didn't
gonna shake
offer
his
us
head
what we
no, and
wanted
I
in
didn't even have
prospect.
to look. I didn't even have to look.
Hey, guess what? Your Pirates aren't in last in your division anymore.
Yeah, we've been in fourth for a while.
You're in third. Cardinals and Reds are behind you.
Cardinals lose. Why? The Cardinals won today, didn't they?
Yeah, but
You have one more.
they've
win
only
than
won
the-
47 games.
No, 52. Pirates have won 53.
Oh, I mean, Reds are. Yeah.
Reds are 47. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe the Cardinals did lose today then. Oh yeah, they got beat back.
So yeah, look, the Braves are 5-2 since the All-Star break. So glad we're getting back to winning. We won again today, so the lead on the Phillies is back up to 3.5 because they lost 2-3 to the Dodgers because they don't know how to run the bases. But anyway, there is room for concern regarding the Braves, even with the offense playing well. Drake Baldwin is hitting at the rate he was before he got hurt. Michael Harris, the biggest all-star snub this year easily. You know, he's hitting. Matt Olson's hitting. Austin Riley, it seems like he's starting to turn the corner. Maybe a little bit. Can't say that yet. Ozzy's hitting. We're about to get Ronald back.
He hit one today, didn't he?
Who did?
Ozzy.
Yeah, he hit one today, yeah.
Oh yeah. I got that.
But the concern is, and look, I'm going to keep saying it until they address it. They need to. The starting pitching is a concern.
Everyone has starting pitching concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Well, with us,
except for the Pittsburgh Pirates,
dude. Our rotation for a team that's in first place shouldn't be Chris Sale and then
a bunch of camp bodies.
Well, it's not camp bodies, but Grant Holmes is better suited off as a reliever. Bryce Elder is very up and down. One start, you're getting 6 innings, 2 or 3 earned runs. Another start, you could get 3 innings, 6 earned runs, and he's getting pulled after the 3rd inning. Then
he's doing better than Framber Valdez.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty low bar. Martin Perez has been solid as a number 3. Just got back from injury. Spencer Strider, he was shaky before he got injured, and then he got injured again. I feel for him at this point. We're going to get Spencer Schwellenbach back at some point, but you don't know what he's going to look like coming off of an injury, considering he hasn't pitched since last year, since I believe last July when he injured his forearm. And then Hurston Waldrep, he's one of our young pitchers. He's not ready yet. Neither is Owen Murphy. J.R. Ritchie, I don't know if he's ready yet. So look, in the postseason, if you want to make a run, you need at least 2 reliable starters. Where
are you going to get them from?
Well, look, there's going to be a lot of starting pitchers getting moved. Like Reed Detmers would be a good pickup. Soriano would be a good pickup.
Reed Detmers, he's 3-6.
Okay, but he's still solid. He has solid numbers. Soriano as well. That would be a
5.64
solid
ERA, I think.
But the bottom line is, with the issues we've had with the starting pitching, the bullpen, I think, is starting to get taxed a little bit, because you can't have one pitcher, which is Chris Sale, be the only one that you can trust reliably to go over 6 innings on a given night. Like, I think in a while, Bryce Elder went 6 and some change the other night. He is the only one that I can remember not named Chris Sale in the past 2 or 3 weeks that's gone over 6 innings. That's simply not sustainable. And even though the numbers don't reflect it, when the bullpen comes in, we're having a lot of traffic on bases, a lot of walks, and Raisel Iglesias has still been good. He's an all-star this year, but even though he's struggled as of late. So if you get a starter that doesn't have to be Skubal, you're not going to get him. But we need someone that can eat innings, that can be reliable, and basically put the team in a position to win. And if you can, get another playoff starter, because you need 2 playoff starters if you want to be serious about making a run. I said it in February. The fact that they did not add a starter was malpractice. And I said in February that it would rear its ugly head during the season, and so far it has.
All right, Adam, you want to talk about your Pirates or your Guardians?
I was going to talk about the AL West for a second, and then let's see how close that is now gotten.
Yeah,
It's a 1 game. Well, Houston's 2 games back, but everyone else has 2 games in hands. That's why they're up. But I mean, Houston has 50, and everyone else has 51. The AL West is still wide open.
Mm-hmm.
just like
So
our
that's
division.
pretty cool.
It's a 14 race right now.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me one of those. A little itch.
No, the Central's a 14 race.
Is it?
Well, yeah.
Not
Look
really.
at
It's
it.
54 and 54, 51 and 49.
Yeah, it's a 4-team race. We're only 4.5 games behind you.
Looks like you're 6 games back.
No, you guys have played one more game than us. We have a game in hand, so it makes it 4.5. We're only 6 behind the White Sox. You're 1.5 behind them. Do the math. That's 4.5.
The White Sox have 2 games in hand then. Right? They have 93. Or 91. Yeah, 91. So they have a couple games in hand still. Did they have games rained out? Is there double headers for them later in September?
Yeah, they have one with us. I think they got one with you that got rained out earlier in the season.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they blew today's game. That extra. I am not a fan of the pinch runner in extra innings. Is anyone else?
I hate it.
I'm 50-50 on it. I get that you want to speed the game up. You don't want games going 15 innings like they used to sometimes, but at the same time, it's like you got to make the offense earn it. Because a couple of sack flies and boom, they're in the lead, or boom, they win the game.
A single, they win the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I get it. They're trying to make the games go faster. Because if it just keeps going, and they're also trying to keep it from going like 17 innings.
Yeah. Like one time years ago,
the pitcher hit the home run in the bottom of the 18th.
It was I think it was the Braves and the Pirates.
Was that his name?
I can't remember.
Oh no, there was a game further back than that scenario. I know what Pirate game you're talking about.
There was a 17 inning game only 2 years ago.
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about was the Braves and the Pirates. They went like 18 innings.
2010
I can't remember who was at third, but he was out by a mile. The home plate umpire just called him safe when he was out by a mile.
I had Mike McHenry on the podcast one day, and we talked about this, and he goes, "That guy was out by a mile."
He was out clearly. I remember him being out.
And the umpire was like, "Safe."
It was like he was probably tired.
It was the 18th inning. They played 2 games, and then it was a Saturday night game, and they had to be right back for the matinee.
Somebody got their X playing in the background.
Huh?
Huh?
Because we're going live into X too.
X.
I'm only sharing on my YouTube channel.
We have
That's
to
all I
go
can
to
share.
Scott's, our South Florida Tribune YouTube. Or I mean X.
Yeah, and I have it going to mine. But I just checked, and I'm not on my profile. So.
The longest baseball game ever played took place in the minor leagues between the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings, spanning 33 innings and lasting 8 hours and 25 minutes. Now, in Major League Baseball, the longest MLB game by innings was a 26-inning tie between the Brooklyn Robins and the Boston Braves on May 1st, 1920. The game was actually called due to darkness, and remains the longest single MLB game by innings. The MLB longest game by time, lasting 7 hours and 4 minutes, was the White Sox defeating the Brewers 7-6 in 25 innings on May 8th and 9th in 1984.
What game was it when the pitcher hit the home run, Candy? It was the Mets and the Braves.
Yeah.
Is that on there?
No,
Pitcher hit a home run. When was this? Against the Mets?
Yeah, Samir, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Against the Mets? I
thought it was the Mets. It might have been before you were born.
It says 1985. Atlanta Braves pitcher Rick Camp hit a dramatic home run in the 18th inning in a 4th of July game against the Mets. So the game started on 4th of July. He hit the home run on July 5th.
Mm-hmm.
There was another time when a pitcher did it way back in history. Wes Farrell, April 13th in 1931, the Cleveland Indians versus the St. Louis Browns.
Jesus.
Then there was the Rick Camp one. Don Newcomb and Chip Tobin had extra inning home runs as pitchers, but not game-winning walk-offs.
I think a Pirate pitcher had a home run in the extra innings too.
Who?
I can't remember his name.
A Tigers pitcher?
No, Pirates.
Oh, Pirates.
I can't remember. I thought he did.
Well, like I said, the other two names they mentioned were Don Newcomb and Jim Tobin are the only pitchers to have extra inning home runs, other than Rick Camp and Wes Farrell.
Gotcha.
Okay, guys, what's happening in your town?
Well, I had a friend sit in the line for the 10 open dates for free tickets for training camp, and lo and behold, none of us are going because she got stoned out of it. It was sold out by 1 p.m.
That's crazy.
That's unfortunate.
I never heard of training camps sold out.
I mean,
Well,
it happens sometimes.
We actually did 10 free dates. There were 4 dates that was reserved for season ticket holders, so average fans can't even go. Kind of hurts me.
Why is training camp paid for? That's usually open to the public.
No. It's been years at Allen Park that they've charged an admission. It's only $5 a ticket, and that includes your
It's
parking.
indoors. I bet you because they have to control it because isn't it?
No, because they had to build stands, they had to build everything else. They have two side-by-side football fields.
All right, I learned something today. There we go.
But this year, there's no paid training camps because all 10 of the other dates are the ones where the season ticket holders and media, they have access, but they don't have the priority. So there's more dates for the average fan, but they limit it to 4 tickets each person. That way no one can do the scalping thing and all that.
Gotcha.
I think they
Adam,
should
what's
do that
happening
for
in
regular season games.
Is Jared Jones a better pitcher than Paul Skeens right now? That's the question going around Pittsburgh, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Skeens. I think his issue is that, and it's similar to the issue that Spencer Strider had before he got hurt, is that his pitches he's got a lot of velocity, but his pitches don't have a lot of movement.
I feel he's toned it down.
Yeah, and I think when you tone it down, you don't have a lot of movement. I think those two together.
Don't get me wrong, Paul Skeens is still a great pitcher.
Yeah, but he's just not
Right now,
like he was
Jared Jones
last
is the better pitcher, right now.
But I wanted
had no
to address this comment. Dakota Miller. It says anyone still hating on Caitlin Clark isn't a fan of sports, and I believe you're absolutely right. I think there's less fans of the players in the WNBA of Caitlin Clark than there is in the public opinion.
I think how the WNBA treats Caitlin Clark is total BS. Just total BS. I mean, she
If
got
it wasn't
choked.
for her, they
She
wouldn't
got
be getting
choked.
that money.
She gets choked on the floor and no foul.
Yeah.
And then last night she got picked in a moving pick, and then there's no foul on that. It's like, why would you treat your star? The only reason people watch the game, don't tell me it's because of Angel Reese, because I mean she bricks and gets her own rebound and breaks her own record. It's a bunch of garbage.
The funniest thing I ever saw on X, Angel Reese posted her picture from being in the swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated. And she goes, "Look, I'm even doing modeling. I can do everything." And KD says, "I'll be more impressed when you hit 3 layups in a row."
KD said that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't pay attention to the WNBA a lot, but she's doing all right for the Dream, though. She's doing all right in Atlanta.
Right, because she's getting her own rebounds and breaking her own records. It's not too hard to follow your own miss.
She improved from 19% to 21.5 this year.
Woo.
Well, with that being said, what's going on in the ATL, the Hawks made a trade last Sunday. 3-team trade. Oklahoma City gets 3 second-round picks. The Mavs get former number 1 overall pick in 2024, Zachary Risacher, and the Hawks get Lou Dort and Ryan Nembhard. I think Lou Dort, what he brings here is, so when we made the trade for Lou Dort, it was like, so now you've got him paired next to Nickeil Alexander-Walker with Dyson Daniels. Between him and Dyson, we've got 2 of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA. Then you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, as I mentioned, who in his own right is a pretty good defender. Jalen Johnson last year had a down year defensively, but I think having those 2 will help him get back to the level he was in 2023-24 before he got injured both of those years. Now, on paper, we go from 4 years with the Hawks with their defense relying on heavily DeAndre Hunter's health. And that was his problem. He couldn't stay on the floor. He was our best defender. We didn't have a lot of good defenders then. He just couldn't stay on the floor. Now, as I mentioned, you've got Dort, Nickeil, and Dyson. So on paper, this is easily the best defense we've had in Atlanta since the Mike Budenholzer 2014, 2015, 2016 teams that were pretty stout on defense. Fortunately for Risacher, it's unfortunate that it didn't work out. I met him one time at a Falcons game, got a picture with him. He had a promising rookie year, struggled last year. Hopefully, he gets a new start in Dallas and it works out there. Now, with the Falcons, the rookies report to training camp, or the rookies report tomorrow. So, Avion Terrell, Zachariah Branch, Kendall Daniels, just headliners there. And the real deal starts next Wednesday, where you don't have a clear picture on the competition yet because Michael Penix is not healthy. But that's what's going on in my town.
Adam. What's going on in your town, Adam?
I have no idea. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the Pirates did make a trade today. I don't have to pronounce the guy's name, but he came from San Diego. And he went for Cash Manacroni or something. I just saw it before it came on, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Pirates are averaging 5.5 runs per game. And if we could run Medinsky and Mason out there as the only two relief pitchers, we'd be good. And Dennis Santana got kicked down finally. What is it?
The Pittsburgh Pirates traded for right-handed pitcher Ron Marinaccio from the San Diego Padres. Pirates gave up international signing bonus pool considerations. And corresponding roster moon, Pirates designated right-handed pitcher Dennis Santana for assignment. He's been DFA'd.
He needed DFA'd like 8 months ago. Yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna lay off Cleveland. I talked enough Cleveland on Jeremy's show.
Yeah, that looks like that has to go.
Yep. So
you don't want to read about big boobies on screen?
It's not the place for it.
No.
I'm happy with my own. Thank you.
I will talk a little bit about anybody that is a subscriber to South Florida Tribune. Last week we covered the ACC kickoff, which consists of, for those of you that don't know, there are 17 schools in the ACC. They all came to the kickoff. They do a 30-minute press conference, which means their head coach goes up to the podium and talks, gives a little spiel. Normally it's 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes long. Then they allow the media to ask questions of the coach for up to about 10 to 15 minutes. And then they have 3 players that come up to the podium, and you can ask the 3 players questions in this press conference. And then they go into the small room, and then you can do breakout session, and you can go ask even more questions. So I will say that it was pretty cool. Scott did get a question in with Dabo Swinney. He got a question in with Bill Belichick. He got a question in with let me think. He actually got a short little interview in with Bill O'Brien, and he got another one with another one of his favorites, Jeff Brom. He did talk to a bunch of the other coaches. In fact, one of the coaches in the press conference room, he wasn't getting called, and he had his arm way up, and finally the coach just called on him instead of the moderator. I just thought that was funny. So we're going to be putting up all that content on our South Florida Tribune's YouTube channel. So definitely go to it and check out some of the content that we're going to have. I thought it was very interesting. It was the first time we've gone to that event. I thought it was really interesting. One of the coaches, his perspective on injured players is that he keeps his injured players involved, and instead of like rehabbing someplace else, they rehab there, and he like picks their brain and has them help with coaching other players and stuff like that. And I thought that was really, I liked it actually.
I saw that he got to talk to Brent Key.
Yep, he got to talk to a bunch of players. I haven't put them all up even yet. Still trying to. It's a lot of content to throw up there. So yeah, he talked to quite a few players. So
Sounds like you had a lot of fun.
we did, and we were busy. Put that all in 3 days, and then a commissioner sat and talked to us for the first hour to open it and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of content, a lot of good. Afterwards, we actually went to, because they hold this in Charlotte, North Carolina. We actually went to Catfish Hunter's grave site. Scott wanted to see that, and then after that, we went to see Barry Foote, who used to play baseball, and he invited us to his home, into his man cave. And what I thought was really cool about that is his dad played professional baseball, he played professional baseball, and his son played professional baseball. So he has a uniform from each of the three and all kinds of other memorabilia up in his man cave. And we actually did a video in his man cave where he's talking about the different things that are on his wall, which I thought which we'll be putting up on our YouTube channel as well. I thought that was really kind of cool as well. As for what's happening in my town, if I look at, obviously college football is going to be starting soon here. Samir, do you know when it actually, like, they start practices?
I think it's kind of similar to the NFL. Every team starts at around the same time, but on different days. I know fall camp begins on August 7th. Let's see. The first team, like for example, uh Texas goes on the 30th, South Carolina goes on the 7th. I think Georgia Tech goes on the 5th or 6th. So it's usually around the 30th to the 7th when teams start reporting. Then I think late August, first week of September, the games start.
Well, I will say they actually had and I should have prepped this. They have a crystal trophy that it's a crystal football, and it's actually for the game in one of the games in London. The Badgers are playing Pitt in London on August 28th. I mean, sorry, in Dublin, Ireland, not London, in Dublin, Ireland. That's one of the games that's going to be played in Ireland. And they had
Are
the
you guys
trophy
going,
for that.
Candy?
We're not going. No, I wish we were going to that, but no. That would be nice, but no. Uh, but I'll have to, maybe I'll put a picture up for next time. But yeah, we have a lot of content, like I said, from the kickoff. So, but yeah, so other than that, obviously, we all know the big trade was Giannis to Miami. Although now it's kind of funny because now Giannis was on a podcast saying that he can see himself going back to Milwaukee. So like I don't know why you would say that if you just got traded.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I get it completely. They gave up all those people and all those draft picks to get Giannis, and he looks around and goes, "Holy shit, I'm back on the Bucks."
Well, except that it leaked today that LeBron is going to go to Miami. So I don't know if that's true.
That was
What a joke.
I think whoever leaked that got fired because I remember the other day.
Wasn't he just signed with Philadelphia for 1 year?
No, he's
That's not because
Tom
Sam
Sharon
Sharma
was saying that he's dragging this thing out. Now I saw that somebody who worked for the Heat, I think on their social media team, leaked his press conference date for July 27th. They took that down, and it's funny. The position for whatever media position that was now available on LinkedIn. So they fired him immediately, whoever made that tweet or whoever leaked that or made that post by accident.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes to yet. So
he should go to the retirement home.
Yeah. Other than that, I will say, I read an article today that the Badgers actually, hopefully this time, the quarterback stays healthy. Luke Fickell has had some tough luck with injuries on the quarterback front. The quarterback that they have, he's from, I believe, Ole Miss is it Ole Miss last year? I'm trying to think. Where is it? Right here. It is, and they say he's like the top 3 quarterback. Colton Joseph is already top 3 nationally in one eye-opening statistic. He is from Old Dominion. He shared the top 10 explosive rushing quarterback leaders heading into 2026, and Joseph is 3. He got a whopping 19.3% explosive rushing percentage. Only 2 players ahead of him, Bird Ficklin from Utah and Caleb Osborne for UConn. So it'll be interesting to see if he pans out and how he does. He had 2,624 yards passing and 1,006 yards rushing last season. So the Badgers are looking. We're hoping since it's been a while since.
You've been excited?
I am getting excited. I mean, because Luke Fickell, I think, is a better coach than what has been the last couple years here for the Badgers. I will also say that my prayers go out to any and all of the people that have been affected by the fires, because I know a lot of smog, smoke, fire, has gone across the country. So, with that,
I'll tell you what. That the last 2 weeks until this week when it started to clear up and AQI got to what the normal worst air quality was. We had to close the tire shop early twice on Tuesday and on Wednesday last week. It was so bad. On Tuesday, it had the pine and maple hardwood smell of burning. By Wednesday, all that chemical that they use as the fire retardant that caught fire. Plus, I heard there was a power station up near White River, Canada that caught fire. All of that just followed the jet stream. And when they did that AQI radar thing, you couldn't see half of the upper part of Minnesota, half of Wisconsin, and almost all of Michigan was disappeared in deep purple, sitting at 1,158 AQI on that Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland was that bad too, Jeremy.
Yeah, because it stretched across Lake Erie there.
I think Cleveland was at 1,200 though. From what
It may
Tom
have,
Hamilton said.
because the more humid you get, much close to the water, you get more humidity. It goes up. I'm just saying, as an average, it was like 1,158 in that purple is what they put up. So I mean, some places was more, some places was less.
Mm-hmm. Yep. With that being said, Samir, how can people find you?
So you can find a lot of my work on my Instagram page at.
How do you get back in?
I don't know. I banned him.
Oh wait, he got back in? That's crazy. All right. Anyways, so you can find a lot of my work on Instagram at samir.atlmedia1. You can also follow my X for a lot of Atlanta sports content and my published articles at ATL_Samir2401. And subscribe to my new YouTube channel at Samir ATL Media 01. I post a lot of my pregame and postgame coverage from when I cover the Hawks, Braves, Georgia Tech, or whomever. I'm going to publish clips from the show maybe, and you can find me every Thursday night on Fire Up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch you next week.
Adam, how can people find
I don't
you?
know how we got back in.
That's wild. You can find me on YouTube at Driving to the Top Productions. You can find me on my Twitter page at Sports Talking It on Twitter. Where else? Nelly on Facebook. We go live pretty much every day, but Sunday around 9 p.m. Except for this show, usually 9:30 is if I can remember the time, and I won't be late. I'm good at being late though. I'm gonna be late to my own funeral.
That's not bad. That's the one time you want to be late, right?
Yeah, that way you can see who's all there, right?
Exactly. Jeremy, how can people find you?
Well, of course, you can find me right here on the South Florida Tribune channel, Tuesdays and Thursdays on the two shows I'm on. You can find me on the South Florida Tribune website where I write about the Lions for their Motor City Tribune heading. You can also find me on my channel, which is the KCB Sports Network, where I go live every day of the week but Sunday.
Ginger, we will work on this because I don't know what's going on.
And as far as me, South Florida Tribune Publishing Company published a book, Lessons with the Microphone, Tuning into the Enduring Wisdom of Visionary Leaders. It is written by my husband. Talks about his 40-plus years in the media business. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Google, and Apple Books. The audiobook is also out there. You can find a link on our website, www.southfloridatribune.com, where we have a plethora of great content, so go check it out. If you like to listen to podcasts, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. If you see the red subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner and you are on our channel, it means you have not yet subscribed to our channel. Please do so, and please subscribe to everybody on the panel that has a channel, which is everybody here. And then we have one more channel we'd like you to subscribe to. It's our travel YouTube, Destination Discoveries Media Network, where we go to a destination and you never know what we're going to discover. So we're going to be putting up more videos. Like I said, we visited Catfish Hunter's grave, which I don't know that you guys know this, but the cemetery that he's buried in is adjacent to the outfield for the high school baseball field that he played on. So I'm like sitting here thinking, man, if you hit a home run out of the park, home run, you never know what gravesite you're going to be hitting. So we thought that was kind of different.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fixed. But it fixed. I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it. So Destination Discoveries Media Network, I'm going to put the QR code up right now for the travel channel. So we'd ask you to subscribe to both. Turn on those notifications so that you're notified when any one of our, if you're subscribed to all of us, turn on those notifications so you know when any one of us go live so you can join us. We love the chat room and people commenting and interacting with us. We appreciate everybody that's done it today. We do apologize for the sound issues that we've had and the echoing, but we will be back again next week, and we're going to be talking about NFL wide receivers. That should be a very interesting list. So
we should go 10 for wide receivers.
I think we should do a top 10.
Oh yeah.
How about top 10 and then top 5 for your team?
Yeah,
that's easy for me.
Yeah.
You can't just have 3 wide receivers or 5 wide receivers.
Right. If you want to do 10 overall and 10 for your team, I'm okay with that too. So
no, 10 and 5. I like the 10 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what works.
10 and 5 sounds good.
10
With
for
that
the whole
means-
NFL, and then 5. And I want to say,
Yes.
try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. Starts right here within us.
Thanks everybody thank you to all the panelists here, and thank you for everybody that commented. We will see you next week. Have a good week.